Hello, my name is Heaven Hewitt, and I am a student at the University of Montana working for my BFA in theater. And I just want to make some episodes just talking about theater and just how the basics to make you feel like you're more confident in your know-how of how the theater works. And that way, when you go in to do auditions and when you're at rehearsals and tech week, that you feel a little more confident about what you're doing. And I'm in no way a teacher. I am in no way a professional. I'm working my way to become a professional, yeah. But so far, I still got a lot to learn, and what I learn, I'm going to teach you guys, and I hope that you take it and you just, make it work for you. And so I'm going to start out today by talking about auditions. Now, as an actor or actress, auditions are going to be one of the biggest things you'll ever do. I mean, it's not going to be like the biggest. If you get the giant part, that's going to be the biggest, but it's going to be one of the most important things to do, I should say. Because an audition is like a job interview, and you have to have job interviews to get the job. You have to have auditions to get the part. And so that's how it works. That's the best thing I can come up with to make it sound like. Anyway, so an audition basically is where you go on and you showcase your best stuff. You go out there and you show them what you can do, and you're just like, yeah, this is what I got, people. And they may politely, kind of, no, you're not right for this part. Or they'd be like, yeah, you know what, let's bring it back for a callback. And we'll go over callbacks a little bit after this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to sign up for your audition. My college, we have a audition seat, and you go and sign up, and you just put your name down. If I sign up for one at 9:23, I'm going to be there at 9 because you have to be early in the theater. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, well, that's just unexcusable. So make sure you're early so you're on time. And I've actually had an audition at 9:23 before, and I was on the stage probably around 9:10 because people didn't show up. So you're going to go into your audition, and you're going to know, you're going to have your monologues, and we will go over audition monologues, don't you worry, in another episode. You're going to have to, if you need a song, you're going to have your song, and when I do the monologues, I'll talk about the songs too. You're gonna have all your required stuff. Usually you're not gonna need any props. They usually don't want you to have props. You'll get a chair when you go on stage. There'll be a chair, so if you want to use a chair in any cool way, or just sit in it, you can. But that's all you get, okay? And there's just some stuff that I'm just gonna go over. When you come in for the day of your audition, make sure you look nice. I like to now wear dresses. I don't wear any spaghetti strap dresses. I just wear something nice semi-formal, but not, that's like, I would wear any time, but, I wouldn't just not wear. I don't know where I'm trying to say with that, but, something nice, ladies, you know what I'm saying? A nice little dress. Guys, I know guys who wear button-down shirts. I mean, I know some who do the full-out ties. You don't have to go as far as ties, but make sure you dress professional, like you would at a job interview, like I said. And, wear those nice pants. Don't wear those ripped up pants. I've made the mistake of doing that, and I've walked away thinking, oh my gosh, why did I do that? After I walked away and I thought about it, it wasn't even until a couple days later when I was sitting there looking and I saw everybody else wearing their nice clothes. I was like, oh man, why did I dress like this? But, it's okay. I mean, I went through and I did, I just did what I did. So make sure you're nice. Women, ladies, girls, when you do your makeup for an audition, don't go overboard. Don't do the dark lipstick. Don't do the purple eyeshadow. Don't do the eyeliner that's way up to here. Wear, nice, earthy, natural tones. If you wear eyeshadow, if you have to wear eyeshadow, wear, a nice little earth tone, those little natural browns or whatever. I usually don't. Usually when I go in, I wear a little bit of eyeliner and some mascara just to make my eyes pop a little bit more because the light can kind of, wash everything out a little bit. So I just like to make sure my eyes are seeing, which sounds weird. Okay. Anyway, it's important. Anyway, make sure your hair is nice and done. You don't have to go over the top fancy, go get it styled, whatever. But, I remember my last one, I kind of curled it. I didn't curl it like this. It wasn't this curly. Or, just make sure it's nice and brushed. And make sure, these fancy things I have in my hair, they're called bobby pins. Make sure you have bobby pins because nothing is worse than having it where your hair is in your face and you're trying to perform. That is the worst and one of the biggest pet peeves casting directors have is stupid hair in your face. I don't mean to call your hair stupid, ladies. And that goes for guys, too, because I know guys now have long hair. Okay, anyways, just make sure you look good. And if you need help, invite some friends over or just be like, hey, does this look okay? And when you go in, when you go in to sign in, there's usually a stage manager there, and they'll hand you a piece of paper. And it's just got, questions on it, like your name and, stuff that, like certain information, like, are you willing to change your hair for a certain part, or what's your schedule like, and if we take pictures, can we put it in the so-and-so, and, you just, like, I usually put yes to whatever, except for my hair. I like my hair. Anyway, what girl doesn't like her hair? So, you just go through stuff like that, and you give it back, and usually when you give it back, you give them your resume and your headshot. Now, I'll go over those too, but you just want to make sure you have those on hand, and a headshot's just a picture of your face, and it's professionally done, no cell phone shots. And resume just has some of your past information on it, and we'll go over that, don't worry, and I'll let you know what should be on there and what you should skip on. So you're going to do that, and you're just going to wait for them to call your name. And, you just got to wait. What I do is I do some exercises. I kind of, do this little thing where I shake out my whole body. I do enunciation exercises. See, I need to do some before I did this video. Anyway, my favorite one is to sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shot from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. Basically, you just want to make sure you finish all your words. And I know if I feel like I'm rushing and I'm kind of speeding up talking, I'm really sorry. But I do that. I exercise, find a group maybe, and go perform your monologues in front of each other somewhere outside. Make sure you can hear the stage manager, though, if he calls you, or she. And you just go out there, and you have a big smile on your face, and you just walk out there with some confidence in you, and you say, "Hi, good afternoon. My name is Heaven Hewitt, and today I'll be performing so-and-so by so-and-so." And then you do it. You just take that moment. You can take a moment before you start, too, just to take that breath. I usually go into a neutral and I take that breath, and I come up and I'm in character, and I do my piece. And one thing about auditions is you'll always have a time limit. Our time limit is usually always 2 minutes. And what's going to happen is if I'm close to 15 seconds before time is up, the little timer person, he's going to raise his hand. I'm going to see it. I'm not going to break character and be like, oh my gosh, time is already out. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep calm. Do not panic if this happens. Just find a place to stop. Don't just suddenly feel like you got to rush through it because you got to get the whole monologue, and if you don't, it's going to be like complete disaster. Don't do that. Just find a good place to stop, even if it's at the end of this sentence or the next sentence. Find a place to stop and just smile and say, "Thank you." And then you walk off, you go off, you take a big sigh, you did it, you're good, and you're just going to walk away and go relax somewhere. Yeah, and that's it's it, guys. I mean, that's the big deal about auditions. I mean, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is a big deal. I mean, auditions are everything to us besides the parts themselves. If we don't audition, we're not going to get the job, and we're not going to get paid, and we're not going to be able to go act and do cool stuff. So just make sure you can do that, and that you feel confident enough going into auditions. And like I said, I'll have another episode talking about audition monologues and all that perfect stuff. So, the next thing that comes after auditions is callbacks. So, you're going to go check the call board again. Remember it? I don't know if I mentioned the call board. Call board's where all the listings are for theater. They have like your audition signups, theater-related things, all kinds of workshops. You need to check it out. It's got like a rehearsal schedule, but you go check the call board at the time they tell you. And you're going to skim through and make sure you check every single character. And then there's usually a little group of names right under one character. And you're going to be like, oh, okay. And then you're going to go for a callback for that character. So if you go back, I mean, depending on what you're doing, if it's a musical callback, they'll probably have you sing a song that character sings. They'll probably have you do a dance number. It's not going to be super difficult, guys. It's probably, they're gonna just make sure you can move. And they're just going to make sure that you can do everything. Make sure you're wearing comfy clothes. At this point, you can change out of your audition clothes if you get a callback. And change into something that you can move in. And that you feel comfortable doing stuff in. Especially if it's a musical one, because they're going to be having you move like crazy. So you're going to do that, and then and usually if it's a straight show, they're going to have you read a monologue or like read as that character with other people. And then after your callback, you're just going to take another deep breath. You made it through the next step, and you're just going to go check the cast list. And if you made it, well then, awesome. I mean, that's like the best feeling in the world. I remember the first time I ever got a part in high school, I was like jumping like crazy. And I came into the room to get my script, and I was like freaking out. And yeah, You know, it's exciting. Let me tell you. Don't be ashamed of it. But if you do get the part and someone didn't, don't rub it in their face. That's another thing too. Be humble about it. I mean, you could be excited. Don't be like, yeah, I got the part. You didn't. I got the part. Don't be like that, because then nobody's gonna want to work with you, because then you're a diva. And people play tricks on divas. And yes, guys can be divas too. I've met them. Yeah, you just, be gracious about it at the same time. I mean, if that person didn't get it, that's okay. And if you don't get the part, that's okay too. Don't freak out. That's fine. You didn't get the part. That's okay. You just weren't right for that. And I'll have a whole other episode talking about about if you get the part and if you don't get the part, and just how to deal with that disappointment. Because I know I've always had my heart sink, and I'll tell you how I deal with that. So make sure you keep looking for videos. Anyway, guys, that's how auditions work. I know it's exciting. So I'm gonna be putting out more videos. So just subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much for paying attention, guys. And I just want to say goodbye and have a great day.